The Minecraft movie is really bad, but it's also really funny at the same time. And I'm not gonna lie, I actually kind of like this movie. But like not like it in the same way as like a lot of the other movies that I've seen, but I kind of like it for the same reason I like a lot of the other like shitty movies that I've seen. The dialogue is not good, the character development is really lackluster or it feels really forced, and the pacing is way too fast. But somehow this movie is just still so lovable. I think one of the things that really helps with this is Jack Black and Jason Momoa's performance in this movie. They kind of give off like a vibe of, yeah, we know this movie is really stupid, but let's make the most out of it, which I just love. But for the other characters, well, their performance isn't that great. I don't want to just like shit on the actors because the main kid is the reason why we got the Technoblade reference like in the movie. And he's also just really young and shit, but like the dialogue given for him and like the other main characters is just so lackluster. A lot of the dialogue in this movie feels like that ChatGPT wrote it, and there's just a lot of like dramatic moments that feel really forced. There's even a scene where Jason Momoa's character literally fucking dies, and in the next scene everyone's recovering, and like I don't really even think like anyone even cares. Like I don't remember them even like being like, dude, he's dead, or something like that. All I remember is that Jack Black's dog comes back and Jason Momoa's death is just overshadowed by a literal Minecraft dog. But it doesn't really matter because he comes back like towards the end anyway. There was like a decent amount of stuff in this movie that I actually did find kind of funny, like with the scene at the end and just like I'm not gonna lie, like just imagining just Flint and Steel, Jake and Jackie, just like, yeah, it's brain rot, but it's really funny at the same time, and whether that was intentional or not, it doesn't really matter. It made me laugh. But yeah, as mentioned earlier, the pacing of this movie feels just way too fast, and honestly felt like everything just happened in a blur because they don't really give any time for any of the characters to like properly develop, and they travel like between different locations super fast, to the point where it feels like the movie just cut some scenes where they traveled in between, but they kept the fucking villager romance scene in. I should probably mention that throughout the movie, at random points, we get to see like this side plot development where the vice principal of like the main like kid character, like his school, like the vice principal of his school, she takes a villager out on a date and like they get married. But then the villager starts speaking English, and I don't know if there's any clips of it online, but he has the same voice actor as Bubbles from the SpongeBob movie.
Yes, I am. And I could really do with a potty break. Would you mind keeping an eye on things?
Sure thing.
So just imagine that, I guess, but in like a villager. This side plot doesn't really have any development to tie it to the main plot. It just kind of exists, I guess. Another thing that I want to talk about is the audience that saw this movie. You've probably seen a bunch of clips online of like people yelling, throwing popcorn, and even getting the fucking police called on them. Unfortunately, I missed a decent amount of the dialogue in this movie just because people were clapping and like during the scenes like, I am Steve, and also Jake and Jackie. I mean, it was pretty funny, but also just kind of annoying just because, yeah, it's the Minecraft movie, and it's kind of stupid that I'm even paying to go see this in theaters, but also at the same time, like, at least let me lock in, man, like, come on. The CGI in this movie is really, like, hit or miss, because, like, as you probably saw in some of the trailers a while ago, you could see the green screen, like, pretty well in some of the trailers, and I'm pretty sure they actually fixed it up decently well, like, in the final release. But still, some of the shots in this movie look kinda awkward. Whenever like the main like actual like actors aren't on screen, honestly the CGI like throughout the movie honestly actually doesn't look that bad. But just whenever you see any of the actual actors on screen, they just look so awkward, I guess, and just out of place. Like it just doesn't feel right. And like there's just like a lot of scenes that just, you can tell that it's CGI, and like I get it that you're watching the Minecraft movie, but also there's like a lot of movies that actually like can do this thing pretty well, even if it is like just a silly concept. Just the actors just stick out of like the background like so well that it's just kind of weird to look at. Anyways, I rate this movie a solid 712 over 1,000. This movie was definitely better than the FNAF movie from 2023, just because that movie was it just wasn't that good. Like, not even in like the same way as this movie. It just wasn't good. Anyway, sorry for this video just being kind of weird. I usually write scripts alongside watching the movie, but since I was in a theater watching this, you can see how it was kind of difficult. But don't worry, in the next video, well, at least the next big video anyway, it's gonna be about a certain Dragon Slayer wielding user, but who knows when that will be. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all later.